So for episode 24 of Tieltalk, I had the honor and privilege to sit down with Carrie Lewis, entrepreneur and cultural influencer. We chopped it up about her business, Sweet Life Enterprises. We chopped it up about the Crystal Bible. We chopped it up about everything. We chopped it up about vibes, all of the good stuff. So without further ado, Tieltalk episode 24. Let's go.
Black star like the bronze by my shine harder. Detroit red for my people who like the Godfather. We gotta talk economics, bonding and fill vaults. Here they give you the real pulse. It's Tieltalk.
Some action, y'all. There we go, fam. I think you might have to flip your camera.
There we are.
There we go. There we go.
Thank you so much for being patient, brother.
It is okay. Trust me, it is all good. Hey, patience is a virtue. It is all good.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
Better late than never. You hear me?
That's right.
Late than never. All right, so I already gave an intro, but I will give another intro. So for those of you who don't know my next guest, please let me welcome Carrie Lewis. Now, Carrie Lewis is a quality connoisseur, a queen, a Black queen, small business and cultural influencer, owner of Sweet Life Enterprises and distribution company, has strived to share, educate, introduce, and open the connection between community and nature to reveal all of its healing and wellness benefits. Ooh, say that again. Say it again.
Yes, sir, because we deserve it.
Yes, yes, yes. It has been a true labor of love to provide holistic and beneficial foods, products, information, and education in the world of nutrition, emphasize on giving disparaged areas knowledge of food, freedoms, and healthy alternatives. Her mission has been to provide exposure to quality nutrition and encourage healing modalities, instruments and tools through the community, and educate and introduce some of the potent forces nutritionally dense and vital food in nature. By understanding the power of information through food and our connection to Earth's resources, we can heal and flourish. Hold on, I got more. It's so fulfilling to share and give
Keep pouring on that abundance,
to
brother.
body products, circulatory copper, and crystals that possess true healing powers within nature and the ability to unlock our highest potential. Ladies and gentlemen, Carrie Lewis. Carrie, thank you for joining us. I do appreciate you taking your time out on this wonderful Sunday to chop it up with your boy. How you doing?
It is a pleasure, brother. I am just in overflow right now, feeling really good. In preparation of trying to prepare all of the amazing, pure natural gifts that God's earth has given us for me to share with you. It took me a moment to get in preparation. You know, sometimes we operate on divine timing.
Yes, we do.
But I'm feeling good. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me. And like I tell all of my guests, because I'm very selective with people that I have on my platform, thank you for sharing your gifts with the melanated community with us. And so all I'm doing is trying to continue to share that gift. You exemplify Black excellence, and you are a Black queen. I've always loved your vibes. I've loved the holistic, natural chakra. I love all of that. And that's why you on my platform. So I just want to give you your flowers now. If people didn't say, you know, that they appreciate what you're doing for people that look like me, for people that look like you, and for people that, you know, that are watching this video that look like us. So we appreciate everything that you're sharing with your gifts that you have.
I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, brother, because we truly deserve it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So before we get in the thick of it, you know, so as I mentioned before, you are an entrepreneur. So you have many businesses. And the first business that I want to really touch on is the first one that I got introduced to is Sweet Life Enterprises and Distribution Company. So tell us a little about that company, what you provide, how it started as well, and what motivated you to start that company.
Well, Sweet Life Enterprises is the parent company of a few conglomerates that I have started.
Mm.
So what I do is provide herbs,
Mm-hmm.
superfoods, and supplements. But it all started with me incorporating coconut oil into preparing dishes,
Mm-hmm.
into my skincare.
Right.
Coconut oil is really grounding. It is full of benefits that help balance the hormones.
Mm-hmm.
And the hormones are a precursor for our metabolism. So if
Mm.
your metabolism is not functioning properly, then you can't be as productive as you need to be with the proper tools, because a lot of the oils that we use to prepare our foods are
Mm-hmm.
rancid. They just really
Yes.
don't have a lot of nutritional value. And that can really wear on the body if we're using it regularly.
Mm-hmm.
But coconut, there is something I've been studying called the doctrine of signatures.
Okay.
And coconut, when you look at it on a microscopic level, it actually looks like the hormones on a microscopic level.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctrine of signature says that form denotes function. So when you look at fruits and vegetables, they'll tell you what they're good for in consumption.
Mm-hmm.
So I start cooking with the coconut oil and baked a clean plant-based cupcakes for my son's first birthday.
Okay.
He's 10 now. And people just did not let me stop baking. You know, the coconut oil, along with eating clean and, you know, really diving into nutrition and nutritional value. But I really contribute so much of it to the coconut oil because it's in my body products, my line of body products that I also own. That's Royal Naturals, formerly known as Healing Vibrations.
That's right.
But coconut is just, it's been heavy, and it's a tropical plant, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to consider myself a person that appreciates paradise. So it only makes sense that my productivity went up like 130%. It was amazing. Right. It was amazing.
So you started with the coconut.
That's how it started.
You started with the coconut, and then you just kind of branched out from there. And so essentially that's the gift that kind of kept on giving and is still giving for you.
Absolutely. And giving to others.
Mm-hmm.
Just the discovery alone. I mean, it's been so good to me. It would really wear on my conscience to not share such a divine gift from God and nature. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because nature is, you know, food is information. You know, it truly is. And what we feed our building blocks and what we feed our DNA in order for it to unravel really matters, you know. And I really have had the opportunity to, because there are over 80,000 different fruits and vegetables on the planet, you know, some with nutritional density and richness. For example, let me see what we got here. Sea moss. As you mentioned before.
Sea moss. I love it.
Yes. When you start understanding that food is information from God, you know, for us to create the building blocks for our own personal growth, you know, it really becomes paramount that you figure out what's best for you. And that's what I am, the relay to the community to really understand what are the most powerful foods in order for us to have our optimal potential reached. And, you know, a lot of people running on autopilot, you know. And we really deserve foods that create real life superheroes. Like, indeed, there are there's something called a camelberry that I have available. And it's got 10 times the vitamin C of an orange.
Wow.
So when we talk about food sustainability, food freedoms, and permaculture and agriculture, you know, you just wonder why food diversity is not as rich as it should be with over 80,000 different fruits and vegetables. We get the same 12, 13 vegetables to express our DNA and our potential with, you know, and we just not aware of the freedoms that we have. with food and the qualities that we deserve.
I agree. I don't think a lot of people really understand. I feel like since I have started a plant-based diet, I'm starting to understand more. Just for me cutting the meat out of my diet, it really helps my energy. Like I'm able to stay out a little later and still wake up early and still be operating on that on a high frequency to be able to get done
Yes.
what I need to do. So with that being
Mhm.
said, so your business, you have multiple business. You hit on the sweet life with the coca oil, but I want to talk about the Royal Dynasty jewels because I thought that's very interesting because I want to learn more about how these jewels and these crystals help balance us out. But before we talk about that, I do want to say I love the slogan, Royal Copper and Crystal Creations to heal the nations. I thought that was
Yes.
creative, and I really like that. So can you talk about the Royal Dynasty jewels and what health benefits that they provide for the body for us?
Absolutely. So I typed at an insurance company for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of me working there, I developed carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh, yep.
So on my journey of discovering quality and value within plant-based living, like you
Mm-hmm.
were saying, because light food is just so much more easily digestible.
Right.
There are so many elements, light, wind, water, earth, that really fuel our light bodies and what we need to function and for it to digest a lot easier
Mm-hmm.
than meat because it's a secondhand source of the nutrition we're trying to get. But I was typing and I had started my journey, but I mean, I'm telling you, it was so bad. I felt arthritic. Like I would be able to
Mm-hmm.
detect when the rain was coming. It was really serious how bad my tendons in my hands would just lock up. So
Right.
I went and at an event that I was distributing my cupcakes at, there was a creator there and they had copper jewelry. So I
Okay.
bought my first piece of copper jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you it eliminated all my symptoms, all of them,
All of
they
them.
were gone. It was like, you know, I thought that it was really a thing of vanity,
Mm-hmm.
it was really aesthetics. But
Right.
it turns out that copper is a conductor of electricity. It runs through our
Mm.
homes.
That's right.
It's one of the essential minerals for the body,
Right.
and it has a conductive property, just like um, gold, which is even more highly conductive.
Mm-hmm.
But I started wearing the copper, and when I tell you the circulation in my hands opened up so much to the point where it eliminated it completely.
Mm.
And I was just amazed, and I had to share that with people,
Mm-hmm.
and not only the fact that I am an artist myself,
Right.
but realizing the esoteric and the um, metaphysical benefits that
Mm-hmm.
come along with the jewelry that we should be taking advantage of. It was miraculous to me that God could create an alloy that heals the joints,
Right. Right.
but then the crystals, just the element of the crystals and their compositions are all different,
Mm-hmm.
and they really resonate with different feelings and color.
Right.
Helps, it's meant to keep you in tune. But
Right.
it's been a magical experience. It's really like some stuff out of the forest with the fairy dust and some forest out the fairy dust. It's serious.
So with these Royal Dynasty jewels, which one would you say is your favorite piece and why?
Um, you know what? A I have a amethyst necklace
Mm-hmm.
that I created that is glorious. Let me get it on display for you. Give me 1 second.
Well, while she does that, thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate all y'all. For sure, for sure. While she does that, because I want to see these crystals. I'm a big fan of her Sweet Life Enterprises and Distribution Company as well.
Yeah, so I do have some cultural jewels here, and this is my favorite era. The Kemetic culture.
You might have to move it over. Ah, okay, I see.
Yes, you see here.
Yep.
This has turquoise.
Perfect.
Brass.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, it is very beautiful piece and elaborate.
Okay.
But it's like a breast piece. It's like a breast piece, and I just love Egyptian culture. You know, they're the creators of civilization.
Yeah.
So with crystals, you know, and colors bring a certain vibrancy, and the different compositions of each crystal resonate a different frequency.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like sound, radio waves, everything has frequency.
Yep. Yes,
and amethyst, this is a piece that I created.
Hey.
And it's supposed to represent clarity, safety. You know, purple is a royal color.
Right.
So it really attunes you to making clear and conscious decisions.
Right.
But just looking at crystals, just like you do colors, enact a certain feeling.
Right.
That help you hold on to certain principles that come along in nature with colors and values. You know, it's really divine.
So which one of these, well, I guess it really depends on what you need. Which one would you recommend as far as like the jewels, as far as like, let's say I kind of feel like my frequency and my vibrations are off. Would you recommend the copper? Would you recommend what would you recommend?
Well, copper can magnify your energy. If you feel tired or lethargic or off center, it really is a conductor.
Okay.
So it'll help you conduct. It's just been known to bring so much vibrancy to people. Like I was telling you, with the healing of my joints, it was just miraculous. I couldn't attribute it to anything else. You know what I mean? So if you off center, there are a lot of grounding crystals. I have a crystal Bible.
Y'all feeling a little off center. We got some grounding crystals coming up. Oh, okay.
So yes, and I do have it available in stock in inventory. If anybody is interested in the study of crystals, this book will give you a beautiful description of each crystal and the value of each crystal, its composition, the value of its color, and its influences on, yes, ma'am, I'll be happy to take care of you, but its influences on your ideas, your psyches, and just like, you know, conscientiousness is important. And when you have these crystals, you can use them as a guide to help you stay in tune with what it is you wish to accomplish through the properties of the stone. So, for example, you know, like people have birthstones within the zodiac, you know, birthstones are there and they all have their own characteristics and carry their own sentiments. When you want focus, when you want to maintain, when you want to maintain center, when you want a grounding, harmonious energy, when you connecting with people to keep you centered and intentional. You know, it's really good for intention. And these are tools that God has given us. I hear a lot of people talking about witchcraft, and that's a witch hunt there by itself. And you don't want to be one of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a witch hunt right there, to sit around in judgment of people who are using God-created tools to navigate life and to navigate illness. Because if you go into the hospital and you go into the doctor, they experiment.
Yes.
And what do you call that? So, you know, you want to use first-hand quality goods from the Most High. This is stuff from the Most High.
Yes.
Okay?
Natural.
People want to be religious, but you need to tap in the spirit.
I like that.
You know? Yeah, everybody their own temple. You know, how you treat your temple is in reverence to God. Yes. People think it's at the church or potentially somewhere else, but the true antenna to connect you to the Most High is a true living creation of God. And if we are his children, what does that make us? An extension of God. You know, and you have to conduct yourself as though, because there is a lower self. There's a part of self that didn't know once upon a time. But when you know better, you are sent to do better. That's what heaven is all about.
Yes.
You know.
I agree.
So, so the crystal with the conductors is just, it's really got so much promise, brother. So much promise in guiding you in your goals and your destiny.
Okay, so we done seen her favorite pieces, and she done pulled out the Crystal Bible. Honestly, I have never even heard of that until you really pulled that out. And I thank you for introducing us to things like this, because like you said, I think a lot of people, you tend to be afraid of things that you don't understand. Like you said, oh, it's a witch hunt, it's this, it's that. Well, if you don't really understand this, then that's what you probably would think, you know. But as you see, this comes from earth. It's natural. It's things that you can go out and find. It's not man-made. It's not anything you produce in a lab. You know, you can't really recreate those natural, the natural vibes and the natural energy that it gives us. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that, because now I'm a little more educated, you know, on your end. Okay, now the crystal Bible, and now I see that, and so now I'm a little more hip. So with everything you have with the Royal Dynasty Jews, Sweet Life Enterprises, like how did you start to really put everything together on the business side, as far as, okay, this is okay, now I know you started with the oil at first, and then that kind of you turn that from, you started from the bottom, now you here, but now with the royal juice. So how do you maintain all of that as an entrepreneur? Is it just a system of being very organized? Is it just kind of a machine that kind of runs itself? Tell us a little more about that.
Well, the driving force within my company is health. That's how it all stayed moving and working, and got it stepped out into the world, and it's continuous. So in business, I've been in several locations by request where people have taken the time to really want to get an introduction to the wellness benefits that I'm offering through the gifts and the products and the herbs that I share.
Yes.
So, when you get something that's good, you know, you wanna hold on to it.
Right.
You know, so that, and not only that, my health, quality foods and health really serves me. So, with me wanting to do well, I consider myself really, really grateful to have somebody to share this gift with, you know.
Yes.
And because I do that, it takes care of me.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of cyclical.
Right.
And when you bring value to the community, when you take on the task to take care of other people, not just
Hmm.
yourself, business approaches you. You don't
Oh,
have to approach
that's
business.
right. It sells
You
itself.
know, yes, sir. So, with valuing people and community instead of things and money, the money follows the purpose, you
Okay.
know. And I started by just offering a service, and
Hmm.
people would come and they would purchase the service. And you can start now. This is what I want to tell people: you ain't got to wait till you get the big building. I had a Whole Foods contract to sell my cupcakes,
Hmm.
and this was when they were in transition with Amazon. Somebody from Better
Right.
Family Life, shout out to Better Family Life, a pillar in the community for
Shout out
helping
to them.
Black excellence and progressives.
Hmm.
But somebody contacted me who worked at Whole Foods and suggested that I carry my cupcakes there. And that's just a part of
Mm.
the blessing when you got something good.
Yes.
People naturally want it. Well, they
Yes.
transitioned into Amazon and they fired their baking staff. So it kind of left it stagnant.
Hmm.
But I realized that while I could hire people, I just didn't want to spend, as you can see, because I have so many branches of business and so many
Yes.
qualities that I like to share, that I didn't want to spend all of my, like Royal Naturals would have never been birthed if I had got that contract. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because I would have been in the oven all day.
Right.
So, you have to follow your purpose, be a pillar to your purpose. And sometimes when things not working out, they actually are working out because
Right.
I'm a lot stronger independently than I would have been independent at that time. Now, come
Right.
on back around, Whole Foods. I think we're ready for you now. I think we're ready for Whole Foods now, uh, but
Tell them to spin the
circumstances happen,
block.
and it's so easy to file for a business license. It's $50. You go to the
Hmm.
Missouri Secretary of State website and
Hmm.
apply. And that's and apply for your license and a tax ID number, and you can start to leverage your income. That's how I got my company truck. I took them my bank statements instead of my W-2, and they gave me a truck. I knew
Right.
I was in the right field when I could take my bank statements and get a truck. you know. But I later transitioned that into my company's name to free my credit, my personal credit.
Right.
So
That's
you
smart.
kind of want to use it as a vehicle. That's what it's, you know.
Yes.
If you want to be popular, if you want to be famous, business might not be for you, because it's really
Right.
about connecting with people with what you have. Now,
Right.
entertainment is a form of business too, but I really
Of course.
think people are really successful who follow their purpose in their
Yes.
business, as instead of trying to follow the business to find purpose.
And that's real because I feel like a lot of people, like you said, you just stayed down and even what you said earlier, you said you would have been in the oven all day instead of getting your jewels and stuff right. And like
Oh,
I said in the group, I really think that was
hold
really
on,
a
brother. The
blessing in
sound.
disguise. Uh-oh.
We got sound issues, brother. Sound
Can
issues.
y'all hear me?
I can barely hear you. You want to reinvite me?
Can you hear? Okay.
Barely.
One sec. All right. I'm gonna remove her, get her back in. There we go. Can you?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. All right. Like I was saying, like you said, you know, that Amazon deal, it was kind of stagnant, and I kind of felt like that was a blessing in disguise for you, because with that you was able to do your royal Dynasty jewels, and that's another gift you was able to provide for everybody. And also, I think you doing this the right way, because when you have something as authentic as what you sell, and you yourself, you're a reflection of these things that you're selling, you know, I think it makes it that much more believable, and that makes me want to purchase from you, because I see everything that you wear in your pictures. I see the earrings, you know, I see the natural vibes. So if I'm from the outside looking in, and I'm watching, I'm like, oh no, she really about that life, you know. And that's and really that's what really initially attracted me to you with the business side, because for me, I just got tired of just wearing Vaseline. You know, you get the little
right, because it's a mess. Like petroleum, they gassing you up.
I'm about cooking. You hear me? Don't let it be hot. Yeah. I'm in there frying. But for me, when I was really able to use your products, it was crazy. And a quick story, because I remember I used your product before I got on a flight to China. I flew from St. Louis to Chicago, Chicago to Shanghai, and then Shanghai to Guangzhou. And I promise you, when I landed in Guangzhou, I would kind of lean my head back because I had it on my face and in my beard. I'm like, I still smell this island.
That's nature.
Like
it'll take care of you.
Like I still smell the island sage. So
yes,
that I was because
that's paradise in a jar. Yes, it is.
Favorite one. And so for me, I was convinced. I'm like, okay, well, these products work, and they don't just work; they last. And you know, I say all that to say that, you know, for you, you walk it, you talk it, you are basically walking and the things that. So for me, it's a lot as a customer when I can see that the thing it's more, and it's what you represent. And so earlier you talked, we were discussing a little bit of the medicinal side of things, you know, the medicinal and the natural things. So I want to talk about the holistic side of things, the holistic medicine, the holistic remedies. Now, how important are those versus the taking ibuprofen for a headache, or taking these pills that these doctors prescribe to you? Because I think a lot of people just think that this is it because my doctor prescribes it to me. So how important are these holistic remedies and things that we need for our body? How important are those?
Well, it is really good to do what is in harmony with nature before you start to use other invasive methods that threaten side effects. Mm-hmm. Okay. A lot of the time, people are not aware that there are alternatives to traditional medicine.
Yes.
And in traditional medicine, a lot of herbs and horticulture and botanicals are used to form a lot of the medications that are used. But there are a lot of artificial preservatives that create problems along with that. When in nature, when you use nature, it's important that you understand that you want to be in harmony with nature.
Yes.
And there are so many different, for example, so before chocolate is cut with dairy and sugar, it has some really healing, really amazing healing properties. So I created this amazing body whip.
Oh,
yes, it has been such a gift and a true blessing to me. But this chocolate body whip is amazing for circulation. And before you cut chocolate with dairy and sugar, it is extremely healthy. It's hormonally rich for the body. It really creates the hormones that enact the feeling of love. That's why it's such an aphrodisiac. Yeah. It's much more euphoric than coffee, you know, and it can, anything that you put on the outside of your body, you should be able to put on the inside.
I agree.
And that's what I promote, you know, holistic quality of life living that gives you pure fruit of the earth ingredients that you can find in nature. And this chocolate body whip, let me tell you, it's only 3 ingredients, but the way they are married. I had a friend who discovered that it works for muscle cramping.
Right.
And I was just moisturizing with it, and I knew I felt good.
Right.
But I didn't know how good I could feel.
Right.
But it's really, chocolate is pure chocolate now, not the stuff that you get off the shelf that's sweet and has dairy in it. It is high in magnesium and iron, so it is known to increase blood flow and circulation and enrich red blood cells. Yes. So when you put it on topically, the skin absorbs it, and this is one of our biggest organs. That's why having natural products is so important. You know, you want to get those benefits from nature instead of, you know, the chemicals that benefit the product they're trying to leave on the shelf. Right. Ultimately, to moisturize you, when you can get benefits straight from nature that'll take care of you. But it's really important that it's like I said, it's over 80,000 different fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Right. And, you know, you really want to tap into that. You don't want to take that information from God for granted. You just don't.
I agree. Self is impressive. I thought what you said, you shouldn't put nothing, you know, outside your body that you wouldn't put inside your body. And I completely agree with that.
Absolutely.
So it's come to this time of the interview where I want to turn it over to the audience. I want to give the audience time to go ahead and ask some questions that y'all have for my guest. Any questions? The only stupid question is the one you don't ask. Trust me, I've been there. So while they getting their stuff together, I got my question first. So with all of these natural remedies going on, how did you protect yourself from COVID? What, like, if you start to kind of have a sore throat or itchy, what was your remedy, or what would you recommend that we would take to stay safe to prevent COVID?
Bruh, stay out of the way. Okay. That's what I'm gonna say. Stay on out the way.
Okay.
But truthfully and honesty, I had COVID before the pandemic, and I'm sure it was. And I had it bad. You know, I pride myself on my health and being plant-based and giving my immune system the very best chance at functioning. But, bro, I had it really before it was even quarantine. Right. And when I tell you I was writing my will, because it was so bad, I have never not had respiratory dysfunction like that before. I didn't have a fever. I didn't have loss of taste. I didn't have loss of smell, but I could not breathe. And when I tell you ginger is powerful, ginger is so powerful. I had congestion so bad in my chest, my heart, the palpitations, and God bless the long haulers who have had COVID and are still suffering with symptoms. Bless your heart, because it is nothing to play with. That stuff is nasty.
It is not. It is not.
It's nothing to play. Some people don't experience a really bad version, and the people who do have loss of taste and smell, I would consider that mild to having respiratory dysfunction, because mine was, I was long hauling for a year, like a year and a half sick,
Right.
bad sick. I
Dang.
wasn't like a couple weeks quarantine, and I don't know, I had some serious issues. But if I tell you one thing, if I wasn't as close to nature as I am, I wouldn't have made it out of there. I'd have been at the hospital with everybody else.
Oh,
If
that
I hadn't had a pot of boiling herbs
right.
and pineapple and ginger, if you are having respiratory illness or any issues with breath, please, if you're on social media, if you're on a computer all day, ask. You can ask
Google.
what foods are good for your respiratory health.
Thank
What foods are good for diabetes? What foods are good for high blood pressure? What foods are good for whatever ailment, skin, anything? You can be an agent and an advocate for yourself with the knowledge that is out there.
I agree.
You know, it's so abundant. There's so much of it for all of us. You know what I mean? But what I discovered and what I have, I started juicing pineapple and fresh ginger.
Ooh.
And when I tell you, it gave me a new set of lungs. And boiling that pot with the skins, you know, just using everything. Boiling a pot of water with the skins, just keeping the air clean and purified with water really helped me. And mullein leaf, also a herb that I carry. Mullein leaf is amazing. This herb can be steeped as a tea, but it is good for opening up your respiratory and cardiovascular system, like coffee without the caffeine.
Ooh,
And you can even, if you are a smoker and struggling, you can put it in your herb. You know.
Liz, we got another question here from Lovely 11725. Said, can the crystals help with depression? And if so, which one helps the best?
Healing turquoise is really good for depression.
There you
go. Yeah, turquoise can help you really take a step into yourself, to pour into yourself. It's the color of the ocean. Okay. And what that tells you is that, well, when it speaks to you, is that you need to go within yourself to give yourself what you need.
Right.
Because a lot of times, you know, you spend so much time outside of yourself, doing for other people, doing for jobs, doing for this, doing for that, that you really don't take time to hydrate yourself fully. Because you can only be as good to everybody else as you are to yourself.
True.
Okay. If you're not getting the right amount of sleep, if you're not taking care of yourself right, how are you going to take care of somebody else? You know, and healing amethyst, if you're dealing with other people and they stuff, amethyst gives you clarity and the verse, the ability to do away with the things you cannot change. It gives you wisdom to do those things. And, you know, because of its glistening effect and the nature of it being purple. And if you look at its composition chemically, it'll also give you what kind of properties it belongs to as it pertains to what value it has in chemistry. And it's really like an upbeat frequency.
Wow. So we got a whole chemistry lesson. Hey, I hope y'all listening right now, man. I hope.
Yes, it get deep. You know, heaven on earth is real. You know what I'm saying? It really is.
Okay. Jewel.spears.7 says, I have swelling in my leg. What might you suggest? Where can she get the copper from?
Oh, okay. So Royal Dynasty Jewels is my Instagram page. Feel free to message me, follow me there at Royal Dynasty Jewels, RoyalDynastyJewels, Jewels. Okay. And I can fit you for a basic band, basic copper, just so you can try it. But I got a whole arsenal. I ain't, you know what? Blessed daylight saving time because I was looking at the wrong clock today. Okay? On divine timing around here. Okay? Blessed be. But please, you can contact me there and I can we can get you fit. Everything is custom. So if you need, and I do carry like simple bands and bracelets on hand, but if you want a particular crystal to be used,
Right.
feel free. Yeah, feel free to take a look through my online inventory and my catalog through my Instagram pages and see if you like
Right.
something and let me know, and I'll be able to put it together for you. But with the swelling in your leg, exercise of any kind, even if you can get that bike that you can track on while you're sitting down, the legs are the blood
Yes.
pumps to the heart and the body.
Yep.
Yes. The legs are the blood pumps to the heart and the body. So if you have
Royal Dynasty jewels. Yep.
yeah, if you have fluid buildup, you want to make sure that you are pumping your legs manually, giving them the help that they need to move that fluid through your body, massaging yourself with quality moisturizers that lock in moisture and give you the circulation that you need. You know, you want to make sure that you're taking care of that ailment if it is bothering you. But exercise alone it unlocks. It is the fuel burner to your body. It's like putting gas in a Cadillac and not driving. And if you you can't put no regular gas in no Cadillac either. So, you know, you need premium treatment, premium quality food being ingested so you can get a premium burn and unlock your highest potential. Because if you have fluid in your legs, my mom had it, demon her legs real bad. But she, you know, she walked consistently. You know, you really have to help it along in the process and give your body the quality attention that it needs to be able to do its part. But you want to unlock your highest potential. So massaging yourself is really, really, and over time, everything happens over time. It's not going to be overnight. You know, this is not a quick fix thing. You want to make sure that you are opening your circulation and getting it comfortable to a new environment. So that's what I would suggest for that. That, like I was saying, that chocolate body whip, great for circulation.
That's true.
Magnesium. So it'll help flush some of those fluids through the body and the lymphatic system. You know, so you can get your circulation going.
Okay. Brown Sugar High says, is garlic good for heartburn too?
Garlic is actually not good for heartburn because it is acidic. Garlic might intensify your heartburn. Have you ever had garlic by itself? It's pretty hot. I know you may actually be able to neutralize it in a tea, but ginger has been really good for my heartburn and my congestion. If you feel congestion, a ginger tea. I use raw local honey that is really amazing. Let me know if you have any allergies or symptoms with allergies. It's really good for that. But ginger tea has been known to prevent heart attacks in Chinese medicine. So if you feel like your heart is being taxed or you got respiratory issues, ginger is amazing. Put it in your teas, chewing a little piece of it every day. It'll really open you up.
Wow.
Yeah, but look up foods good for heartburn. Do that too. But ginger worked for me particularly. But yeah, because you want to, I know I saw that bamboo extract, which I also have available. It has a cooling sensation on the body. Some herbs have a heating sensation, but bamboo extract has a cooling sensation within the chest and the lung cavity. So that might also be an option for you. But sweetlifegourmet.com, if you go there, you'll see the supplements that are available, or just inbox me.
Okay, we got more. Y'all got more questions. What the chocolate body whip will also help with the swelling in your leg? I'll let you answer that one.
Well, I would suggest it will help with circulation. Okay. The
Circulation.
swelling, the swelling, I think, is a product of something you have to figure out what the underlying problem is with your swelling. You can't just put a remedy on it to fix it. It's probably something that is underlying. So you may have to address it internally with what you're eating. You know, you might have to detox. And for a lot of people that hold water weight, sometimes the body holds water weight because it's dehydrated and it thinks it needs to hold on to water. So you need clean, quality water. Clean water changed my life. Water is a conductor of electricity, everybody. Yep. And we are 70% water, and our brains are bioelectrical. They're sending electrical synapses as we speak. Right. So if you got poor water intake, cloudy water intake, unclean water intake, that is going to hinder your body's ability to send signals and function, especially with it being a conductor of electricity. Not enough water, not enough energy to conduct electricity. You know, so you want to start internally and seeing what you can do about that. But with therapy, it's like a therapy that you can add that would probably help with the swelling. Especially if you got tension in the area that swells, you can massage it and help the circulation with the chocolate, which is high in magnesium. Because a lot of people are magnesium deficient and don't even know it. So I would definitely suggest using it and compounding it with other methods to address that.
Last question we got. Lovely 11725 says, is apple vinegar good for your pH balance?
You know what? Apple cider vinegar has a lot of benefits, but it's acidic. What is good for your pH balance is greens, kale, lettuce, aloe vera drinks. There's some good ones out there. Stuff that will cleanse your body. Apple cider vinegar and a little bit of honey is delicious. It's like an apple cider almost in the morning. But, you know, again, it's like a remedy. I know it's good for your metabolism, speeding up your metabolism in the morning, but I can't say that it's going to alkalize your body like fruits and vegetables are. You know, like if you're not eating fruits and vegetables, apple cider vinegar is not going to get you together, you know, and really cleanse the blood. Like red tart cherry juice is really good for cleansing the blood. And good for recovery, too. Athletes, you know, muscle recovery, people working out.
For sure. So that is, all right, that's all the questions we got. So I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Y'all had some great questions. And Carrie, I want to thank you for coming on this platform and educating us. Like a lot of the stuff that you really gave us tonight was news to me. You know, this stuff I'm continuously learning, and that's why I love being the host of this show, because I'm learning just as much as the audience is learning, and you know, I'm paying attention to everything you're saying. And now that I know this, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna be better for my temple so I can operate on a very high frequency moving forward. So the last question I do want to ask, and this is what I like to ask all my guests before I get off the live: what can we expect from you moving forward?
Okay, there is so much unfolding. So let me start with immediate future. as I mentioned before, you can step onto any of my social media platforms and really connect with the culture of health and what I do and the value that I try and bring to the community and give everybody access to, because you deserve it.
Right.
But on Tuesday nights, if you need something to do to not only feed the mind, the body, and the spirit, come out to Word Up Open Mic on Tuesdays at Legacy. Legacy is at Union and Delmar.
Okay.
It is a pillar in the community for cultural arts. And this is a way I get to share my gift and really express the art in what I do in health. So you can come there on Tuesdays and catch me there. But if you are in need of any body products, you can come to Pure Vibes. Pure Vibes is another location because I distribute my products at multiple locations.
Mm.
I'm at about 7 locations across the country now.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and by request, so it's really been an extraordinary journey to share, these amazing gifts in nature. But Pure Vibes, we plan on having a heal, tea, and talk where you can come and we can discuss self-care and the value that you have in rejuvenating and healing yourself, and just share each other's secrets and, methods on how we take care of ourselves and really open up and come together in a place where we can heal, have tea, and talk, So please keep your eyes open for that. We have some plant-based food prep classes coming soon for people who are interested in starting a plant-based, clean, healthy lifestyle that really gives you just maximizes your metabolism and your energy levels. Okay. I'm really looking forward to that. And just stay connected, everybody.
That's what's up. Well, Carrie, thank you for coming on Tieltalk, the platform that discusses all things regarding the culture. Good luck with everything. I appreciate you to exemplify Black. And with that, I am out. Good night, and thank you for coming on Tieltalk.
Peace. I appreciate you, brother. Keep doing your thing.
All right.
Do it for the culture.